up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica. Okay, we're down here. Okay, we are down here. Go ahead and like, subscribe, comment. Let me know you stopped by. We're back here for another video, y'all. Because I wanted to talk about Real Housewives of Miami. But I didn't take like notes on every episode because they posted all 4 episodes. I don't remember, Friday night, or I think it was Friday. Was that Friday night? I don't remember. But I watched all of them. And I wanted to talk about them. But I was kind of taking notes because I was laying in the bed. You know, I was on bed rest, child. And I was laying, I was bedridden, as my son said. He was like, how many more days you gonna be bedridden? No, because I could not get up. Anyway, anyways, yeah, so I didn't really take good notes, but I took like what stood out to me and like the themes and the storylines of the season. And so I'm gonna review all 4 episodes right now. So that's what we're gonna talk about. So we have all the girls are back. All the girls are back. So it is Nicole, Adriana, Julia, Gertie, Larsa, Marisol, Kiki. Who am I missing? Lisa. I already said Lisa. I think that's everybody. Okay. I love Gertie. I love Kiki. When I tell you I love Kiki, because Kiki be like, I mean, Kiki was right. When Kiki went back and told Larsa what Lisa said, she was right. She said, if I feel my friend, somebody was saying something about my friend behind her back, I'm going back and tell her. I'll wait till you tell her, but I'm going to tell her that what I heard. I was like, I know. That, to me, I felt like that was right. Like, girl, we was at Marisol's house and Lisa was talking about you. So anyways, let's talk. So they kind of start off. They went to Miami Open. It was Nicole, Adriana, and Julia. Martina Navratilova is back. Gertie thinks Alexa is only her friend for convenience, and she declined to plan her event. So we know that Alexa was scheduled to get married last year, and Alexa has I don't want to say, I don't want to call it. It's not. It's just, I'd like to see her natal chart because her mother died on her wedding day, on the day that she was supposed to get married. Yes. Girl, Alexa, if you heard Alexa, things that have happened in her life, even Maris will be like, girl, I don't know how you go through all the things, but I think her mother got COVID and passed away. And the day she passed away was the day that she was supposed to get married. So they didn't get married. So she wants to have, well, they did get married. They did get married. They had their ceremony and everything, but she wants to have a party for everyone. So they're going to have a yacht party. And this is a yacht. Okay. Not no paddle boat with no goddamn sandwiches. And let me say another thing before, because I'm so glad I thought about that. Miami is giving you exactly what we want: lifestyle, wealth, luxury, right? Price tags on the bottom of the screen, right? We want to see unrelatable women in their wealth, right? We want to see women walking into their $80 million mansions. Yes, we want to see that. And I don't know why we can't find a group of Black women where we can actually see them living in true. Atlanta is fine, right? But it's not luxury. Potomac has never been about luxury. It has never been about luxury. It has never been about wealth, even though they would have liked it to be. But it has never given that at all. It's giving upper middle class, relatable. Like, they have what a lot of us have, right? It's like things that they have are easily attained, right? I'm not going to be able to attain a 80 million, nor do I want an $80 million mansion, right? Or $80 million home on Star Island, right? So it's giving, that's what I want. I want Star Island, kind of realness, like that, like that, like getting on the private jets and your fiance telling you don't spend no more than $100,000 on your engagement party, and we'll plan the wedding when we get to it. girl. I was like, Nicole. Nicole is my favorite. Oh my God, Nicole is my favorite. She's a Virgo, and then she when her mother was telling her that she was mean, she's like, "You are mean." I don't think she's mean. I think she's direct and practical. A lot of Virgos, people say that they're mean, but it's very. I think what comes is their directness and being practical, and then like honestly, like using common sense and people not using common sense, and that annoys a lot of Virgos. It really grinds our gears when people just don't use common sense, because that stupidity is not is it's an allergy. It's an allergy. It's an allergy. And so they're seeing Martina Navratilova at the US Open. I think she's commentating. Miami Open, sorry. But we want this. This is what I want. I enjoyed this so much. It's so colorful. It's so Miami, and I love it. I love the women from the islands, and they come in. I love all of it. I love Gertie. I love it. I love the representation in the cast. I really do. I really do. I think Larsa, is Larsa Mexican? I don't know where Larsa. I don't know nothing. I don't know Larsa's ethnic background. I feel like she's Mexican. I don't know why. I don't know what Larsa is. Where's Larsa? Hold on. I'm gonna see. I want to see. Larsa Pippen ethnicity. Yeah. Oh, Lebanese. Oh, her mother. Oh no, her mother's Lebanese and her father's from Syria. Oh, okay, girl. I did not know that. Assyrian. Assyrian. Oh, girl. Assyrian American. Okay. I did not know. I thought the girl was Mexican, girl. Shout out to Larsa. I did not know that. Larsa got a new place, right? We're just gonna talk about all 4 episodes. So yeah, Gertie thinks Alexa. So Alexa's having a party on the boat, honey. They have a yacht. They rented it for 5 hours. It was nice. They had the damn fireworks in the sky. Alexa looked nice. The back shot of them walking up the flowers. Gertie did not help her, right? And Gertie was upset because Alexa kind of compared Gertie's her charity event for her brother and her nieces who died, and to Marisol's Versace party. And she made a good point. She was like, girl, she had the best backdrop. The Versace mansion, you can't beat that. What are you talking about? But Gertie's, when she did something for some woman, I guess it was a baby shower or something. Girl, they had shit hanging from all over the place. And she came in and she was like, "Oh my God, this is so beautiful." And she was like, "Gertified, bitch." I said, "Shout out to Gertie." Then Alexa was like, "Girl, I didn't think that you wanted to deal with me because you was in Vogue and this and that." But the way Alexa explained it, she was like, I was not comparing the events. I was comparing the aesthetics of the event. And I took Alexa's word for it. I took Alexa's word for it. But it doesn't feel good to feel like somebody is using you as a friend of convenience. But she wanted to make sure that Gertie was at the yacht party. Gertie has another event that day, but she did end up making it. It was really nice. That yacht party looked like it was so fun, baby. So let's keep going. So Larsa has a new place, right? We know that Larsa was looking for a place last season. She got a 4,000 square foot place. When I tell you the views, the views, the views, the views. Who was over there? Somebody came over there and she was like, "Don't look down." She was like, "Just look out." It was so, but she was high up, 60. She was on the 60 something floor, 65th floor, I believe. The views were amazing. I was like, "Oh my God." 4,000 square feet, right? Nice. Her place was nice. I was like, Larsa, she's proud of her place, right? She does her OnlyFans. She does like, little risque. She does feet pics. She talks to the men and stuff like that. They keep making fun about her about doing OnlyFans. And I don't understand why they keep making fun of her. She gets paid money. But I think Larsa stopped. I think her father he got mad at her about doing it or something like that. I think so. She stopped doing it. I'm not sure. Y'all could correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like I read a story about Larsa's father not being happy that she has an OnlyFans, but she's not doing anything. She really isn't doing anything. Just sexy pictures. Um, Marisol and Lisa and Kiki are talking about, okay, Lisa is going, baby, when I tell you Lisa's having a season, she is having a season. Um, her husband, Lenny. I was like, what is his name? Lenny. She's praising him. Yeah, we're good. We're better than ever. We know, baby, better than ever that is a fucking red flag, honey. And a siren needs to alarm when that happens. Lenny's been working out, right? Lenny's cheating on her, guys. So Lenny's cheating on her. Bitch, when they showed the clip and they said that, bitch, when she said the trainer that trains her has stopped training her because he's training Lenny's new girl, bitch, I said, oh, hell no. Lisa's cute. Her kids are cute. I said her little girl looked like Khloe Kardashian, honey. I said that little girl looked like she is biracial. What Lisa? The people said Lisa might be Jamaican and is hiding her Jamaican heritage. Wait, Lisa Hodgkin. We saw Jill Zarin. She came to the party. Lisa Hochstein. Lisa says the hot mic moment confirmed her suspicions. I think she knew. The reason why I think she knew, it was because the way she just kept talking about, like, we're better than ever. It was almost like she was trying to convince herself. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what her ethnicity is. She says mixed ethnicity, German, Scottish, Canadian. Her mother, hold on. Her mother. That's I think when I see her daughter, I'm seeing her original face. Her daughter is adorable. I saw last season. I was like, that little girl looks black. She looked like a little black baby. Yeah, she let me scroll down. Girl, what is this? Okay, so it says that she is ethnicity. Yeah, it says Lisa is born in Toronto, Canada, and has mixed ethnicity. Her father is of both German and Scottish and Canadian descent, while her mother is of Jamaican origin. So I don't know. Her mom is a white Jamaican, black Jamaican, Asian Jamaican. I don't know, but her mom's Jamaican. So that's what somebody told me yesterday. Lovely told me that yesterday, and I was like, see. Was that yesterday, the other day, when I was like, the little girl looks, if you look at her little girl, she really looks like a little mixed child. Look. That's Lisa's child. But she is adorable. Look at her. She's so cute. And she just be moving around with her little dress and stuff like that. And I was just looking at them kids and I was thinking, your father ain't shit. Your father ain't shit. And he's about to wreck your mom's world. But anyways, so girl, we all over the place. I'm talking about all 4 episodes. So she talking about they're not having sex a lot. So we know that he's not having sex with Lisa anymore because he's having sex with the other person. And you know what? At least he is respecting. It's not respect. Wrong word. At least he has enough sense not to have sex with 2 women at the same time, right? Because he said to his friend, he's only having sex. It's like he's cheating on this new woman. Girl, he had a hot mic moment. And this nigga talk about, he's like, the dude was like, you got your mic on? Girls, my mic on. He was like, you got your mic on? And he was like, yeah. And he was like, why do you think I'm whispering? Nigga, all they gonna do is turn that mic up, okay? All they gonna be like this, yeah, turn it up. She said they're not having sex. Lenny's working out a lot. And then that's when they make a joke. They were at Marisol's house. I love Marisol. Marisol is actually my favorite one. It's Marisol, Nicole, Kiki and Gertie. They together. I like Kiki and Gertie. I love Gertie is direct. She doesn't mince words. I love it. Nicole the same way. Marisol the same way. Shout out to Mama Elsa. So when Marisol and Lisa and Kiki are sitting down talking, and she's saying like, oh, the testosterone, his testosterone, men's testosterone change, we're not having sex right now or whatever. The reason why he's not having sex with her is because he's having sex with his mistress. And he said to his friend that since he's having sex with the mistress, he doesn't want to cheat on the mistress. Yes, girl, a mess. And so Um, that's when Kiki was looking crazy, like, because everybody's heard. I think everybody knows that Lenny is cheating on Lisa, and I think Lisa is the last one, right? And it's not she's the last one to know. She's the first one to know, but she's the last one to acknowledge and accept it. That's really how it goes. So she's gonna spend the time, baby. When Larsa said that Lisa had a mortgage, baby, she was pissed. She was like, "You trying to say I can't afford my lifestyle?" But the truth is, everybody knows that Lenny rents out their backyard for music videos and stuff like that. Bitch, you live on Star Island. If we can make some money renting out, it doesn't matter. So it's money. It doesn't matter. So she didn't like the fact that it made it seem like her and Lenny couldn't afford their lifestyle. She was really upset about that. And then while they were sitting there talking, they were talking about Larsa's building, and they were like, "Yeah." Lisa goes, "I heard that's a building where pimps and drug dealers and people on OnlyFans live." I was like, "Girl, why would you say that? Why would you say that?" Anyways, and that's what she said, and that's when Kiki was looking like, "Girl, what?" She was like, they were like, "Girl, why would you say that? Girl, why would you say that?" Right? Um, Nicole and her husband or her fiance are getting ready to go to St. Bart's. I like her. I like her man. I like their setup. I like the way they have their relationship set up. Grayson is a doll baby. When I tell you that little boy speaks so clear, I love it. I love it. When she was like, she had picked him up. She was like she called him and she was like, I picked up Gray, and he was sitting in the back and he was like, "Say hi to daddy." He was like, "Hey dad," just like clear. I was like, yeah, it was like no baby talk. Like he talks very clear. And I noticed that last season. I was like, shout out to the little clear talking babies. I know all the babies develop differently, but I love a clear talking baby. He just seems to have a good grasp on his words, and he enunciates. He's very clear in his communication, which I love. It's like it's not baby talk at all. I love it. They want to have their engagement party at a bank vault, which I think is dope as fuck. He tells her not to spend over $100,000. And then he was like, "And what about the wedding?" And she was like, and they were like, both of them, they were like, "Well, it's not really a big rush. We're just getting engaged, have a big party, let everybody know we're getting engaged." And they probably will never marry. They probably will never marry. And then when Nicole said she was a Virgo, I think I remember she was a Virgo, and that was my rationale because I feel like a lot of Virgos don't really care about getting married. Hi, Kiki Palmer. I feel like a lot of Virgos don't care about getting married. You shouldn't. You don't have to, especially if it's not mutually beneficial. I don't even want to get on that. But I don't think Nicole and her husband are probably ever going to have like true like maybe wedding nuptials or anything like that. I think that because she's an anesthesiologist. She ain't worried about shit. Did you see when they were getting in the car and he was like, "What kind of car is that?" And he was like, "It's a Ferrari." And then he gets in the car. He was like, "Close the door." He's only 3 years old, right? And he was like, "Close the door. Close the door." He was sitting in the Ferrari in his dad's lap, and the Ferrari's so cute. I love it. I love it. I love it. I like Nicole a lot. I like her a lot. Um, New beginnings. Larsa is gonna have a party. She's gonna have a new beginnings party at her house. She's not inviting Julia and Adriana because they were online talking shit. Now Adriana has a hair up her ass about Larsa. I think I don't know why she acts like Larsa is beneath her when she looks like she's a recovering addict. No shade to recovering addicts, but that's what Adriana is giving me. Adriana is now dating that other guy. Remember last season she had 2 dates. The black dude, I think he was biracial dude, and then this other like German. I think he was German or Brazilian. I don't know, child. So, and she went on a date with him. Well, she said, she has a 4 month rule. Adriana, she has a 4 month rule, and I guess she busted it open for this dude, and then he started acting stupid on the internet and posted pictures of her. A before and after picture of her or something like that. Just disrespected her after he slayed her with his sword. And so she's dating the other guy now. And that's how that story went. So, Kiki, and then Adriana, no, then Julia came and said something to Larsa, and then Larsa said, "Shut up, weirdo." So this doesn't have anything to do with you, weirdo. Larsa gets on my nerves. I don't know if I don't know what it is. I think I like Larsa's. like, I don't give a fuck. Like, girl, I've been through here. I've been married to one of the greatest basketball players. I went through that with him since I was 21 years old. I'm divorced. I'm living my life. I don't give a damn what none of you hoes say. I'm doing what the God want to do. My kids are damn near grown. I think she has, her daughter is 16. I think 16. And her sons are, I think in college or whatever, and they are always with their dad, probably learning stuff from him on how to, how to relate to women and stuff like that. Same way he does. And she's just living her life. And so I don't know. I don't know whether to like Larsa, or she gets. I don't know what it is. It's something about Larsa that I'm not all the way there with. But I do like the fact that she don't let nobody fuck with her. She backs people off of her real quick. And she said, and she was like, a lot of times I'm responding. So stay in your lane. Leave me the hell alone. I don't, she said she's like a pit bull. She doesn't bark. She just bites. That's a Rottweiler, honey. I don't know. Pit bulls, do they bark. I've seen them bark. I know Rottweilers would sit up there and stare at you and then attack. Yeah, you like a Rottweiler. And I love when she said that. Like, I'm not barking. I'm just biting. I'm not doing none of that barking stuff. I'm just going to bite your ass. And you just got to deal with it. And if you left me alone, you wouldn't have got bit. And that's where I like go up for Larsa in a way, because it's just like she backs the girls up off of her. And then Kiki tells Larsa what Lisa said about the high rise being drug dealers, pimps, and OnlyFans content creators. So she was pissed. She was like, I've worked hard for this. Why would she say that about me? Why would she say that? She was like, there's a lot of businessmen that work in here. Did you see when Larsa, she had went out on the balcony and the guy was saying, I think his name was Mickey or something. He was sitting there with his glasses on. And then he was like, what are your names? And she was like, I'm Beyonce and this is Kelly. He was like, you look good. He was like, you look beautiful. You look real good. She was like, thank you. You got, in Miami, you got to be right, baby. Your body got to be top on top on top, baby. It do. I love it. I love this season. I'm so happy we're reviewing it, but we're doing all four. Okay. Larsa said that Lisa rents her house out. That's what. That 80 million, bitch, and not an $80 million rental on Star Island. Not after, absolutely not. Anyways, so she says, well, she rents her house out. She's like, no, I don't. She was like, I'm good in the money department. This is what Lisa was saying. Girl, don't fuck with me. I'm good in the money department. You don't have to worry about nothing. But it's so fucked up because on the other end of that, her husband is about to put her out. Did you see him? He was like telling her to get out. He was telling her to get out of the house. I'm going to have them to come and put you out. And I was like, oh my God. She should have chose better, huh? She should have chose better, huh? Even though she married this man and lived and they bought a home together, and he's decided he doesn't want to be married to her anymore. And I think a lot of it has to do with her neediness. Like, she acts like she puts on a show. I don't think that Lisa is dumb. But I think she puts on this show to stroke her husband's ego, and it comes off like a dingbat, like a dingy ditzy broad. And I know she's not. And I know she's gonna look back and regret that she acted that way. Like, when you act like you act a certain way to stroke a man's ego. Oh, I need your help. I'm needy. Like all that needy dumb shit. He doesn't seem to like. He seems very annoyed with her, on top of probably not being sexually attracted to her anymore, and not wanting to be with her anymore. And instead of just easing on out of the relationship in terms of saying, hey, I found somebody else, let's get a divorce and blah, blah, blah. She's just figuring out in bits and pieces that what's going on with him. Right. All right. And so, Lisa and Larsa talk. She said it was malicious. It was malicious, hurtful, and effed up. She was like, I'm really disappointed because I've earned my stuff. This is what Larsa is saying to Lisa. She's like, what you said was really hurtful. She was like, no, I heard it. That's not what I'm saying about your place. I love your place. Like when she walked in the place, and she was like, because Kiki had already told Larsa, and then Marisol came and confirmed it, right? Because Larsa asked Marisol, and she confirmed it when they went to Lisa's house, and then Larsa's house, and then when Lisa came to Larsa's house, Larsa got on her right away. She didn't even let them have a tour of the house yet. She was like, yeah, welcome to the hood. And she was like, the hood? Why would you say? I didn't say nothing about your place being hood. Well, I tell you, Larsa was mad. Bitch, don't question the bitch's lifestyle. That's what they don't want you to do. Don't question my lifestyle and don't act like I can't afford my lifestyle. That's what Lisa was saying, right? She was like, well, don't you guys have a mortgage? You have a mortgage. Lenny cleared it up and said it was a line of credit that he has, that he actually hasn't even. He actually gave a good tip. Did y'all hear what Lenny said? He says he has a line of credit just in case he needs cash. I was like, oh, people who own homes, y'all need to think about open up a line of credit as an emergency fund. I was like, oh, Lenny, he gave a good tip. I was like, did you hear Lenny? I was like, okay, Lenny, y'all listen to these motherfuckers. Listen to rich people, okay? They got it. They got their money some kind of way. He's a renowned, plastic surgeon. So what's crazy is, like, I don't know, when the men cheat on their wives with these women, I hope the women don't think that he's not going to cheat on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, as soon as he finds another project because he's a plastic surgeon, he's going to fit. He did Lisa. Lisa looks great, right? She looks great. When he's done with the other project, he's going to keep doing it. He's going to keep doing it until his dick gets floppy and he has to have Viagra smoothies. Lisa was like, who told her? Who told her? She was like, Kiki, why would you say that? Why would you say that? Why would you tell her? She was upset. Marisol told her too. And she was like, yeah, because she asked. What we lying for? You said it, girl. Just come in here and clean it up. She was like, I'm not going to not tell her. Y'all was talking about her, and that's my friend. We have a good relationship. I'm coming back and telling her what y'all said. You could tell her what you said, but I'm going to tell her what you said too, bitch. And that's it. Shout out to Kiki. Julia and Adriana. Okay, so Larsa had a separate party. She had everybody meet her up at her apartment, and then she went down, I guess, into the clubhouse where everybody else was. It was a lot of people. They had the photographers and stuff like that, and the step and repeat and food and drinks. It looked like a good time. She had a good time. I saw 19 keys in the back. I was like, what you doing there, spiritual brother? The olive branch. Oh yeah, so Julia and Adriana, they come. They were invited to that. They were not invited into Larsa's house. Candace from Potomac needs to take a hint. When you bitches don't fuck with you, you don't invite them into your house. You just don't. You just don't. I mean, and it's truly rule 101, but you fuck around and find out. But so they weren't invited to the meeting up in the apartment. They met in the clubhouse. Adriana brings Larsa an olive branch. I think Adriana says later that she wants to start when Larsa has her puppy party, which was so cute. That she wants to have a OnlyFans too, or something like that. She wants to do something like that. I don't know if she'd be trying to fuck with Larsa, because I feel like Adriana thinks she's better than Larsa for some reason, and I don't know why. Because bitch, you look like a recovering junkie. You do, you do, you do, you do. You do, and you act like it too, and you're unpredictable, and that's why Larsa said you can't come in my house. And like bitches like that, because you're already jealous because she's on OnlyFans and doing that, because you want to do it too. So you can't invite them into your house, because then they're gonna start counting your money for real, for real. You don't let no bitches in your house like that, and that's facts. She's offended by the mortgage comments, right? Lisa's offended by the mortgage comment. She's still offended. They come downstairs, they get into a fight, and then this is why I think I like Larsa, because Larsa's like, girl, I'm just defending myself. We're good now. I said what I had to say. You said what you had to say. Let's have a drink. Why are you still mad? She was like, yeah, because I think it's a culmination of things that Lisa is going through, right? I don't think it's just that Larsa said that she has a mortgage. I think it's just like she's thinking about, maybe I don't know what Lenny is doing. Like, you really don't know. And she's like, no, I'm in charge of the finances. I take care of the finances. And it's like she's telling everybody in an effort to convince herself. And the truth is, you need to find out. You do not leave it to where you are solely dependent on a fickle man. You just don't do it, because here it is. He's done it. What you are supposed to kind of protect yourself from is knowing where your money is, knowing where if you're on the house at all, knowing that stuff. It's important. And I think she's trying to I think that's kind of like that insecurity is what made her like go over the top about that. She and Larsa kept saying, "It's a new beginnings. It's a new beginnings." And then Lisa was like, "No, this ain't new beginnings. This is some new bullshit or whatever she's saying." Because it was like she was mad. She was mad. She could not get over the mortgage thing. And Larsa was like, "Girl, get over it. We're good. We're having a party. We're good. I love you." She was like, "Girl, you know I love you." Then they ended up talking about it again on the boat where Lisa was like, "Do we have a plank? Does the boat have a plank? Does the boat have a plank? Girl, you need to walk the plank." The guy was like, "No, those are only on pirate ships. Those are only on pirate ships." Um, so Lisa and Adriana, they said they're gonna start their new beginnings. They was over there taking pictures with the 360 camera, and it was a nice party. It looked like they had a good party. So shout out to Larsa for having her own place. And yeah, nobody should make fun of that. She's doing it on her own. She said she bought this place. She didn't even use her divorce money. She bought on her own. I said, okay, shout out to you. Shout out to you. Um, Lisa and Lenny are trying to have dinner. The mother is there. Lenny's mother is there. Um, they're cooking, I think, I think they're Russian. I feel like, oh no, Jewish. I think maybe Russian Jews. I don't know where Lenny is from. Let me see. He's Jewish, but let me see. Russian, yeah, Russian Jewish. So they were making a Jewish meal or whatever, and the little boy was saying he wants to go to Jewish school and this and that. And so now they're sitting at the table. Lenny's on his phone. Lenny's on his phone. Lenny's on his phone. Lenny, he puts the phone down. He tried to listen a little bit. He's on his phone again. Girl, put your phone on Do Not Disturb. Tell that bitch to wait. Like, literally, that is the rudest shit to me. Like, put your phone on Do Not Disturb. Like, you want to be caught and you're doing all this on camera. It's the ego for me. It's the ego for me. He don't think he's going to get caught. Or maybe he wants to get caught. And this is his way to do it, right? Like, he doesn't have enough pussy to tell her, look, I'm done with the marriage. I can't do it anymore. I found somebody new. This is what it is. He's on the phone. She's like, we're trying to have a conversation. Then she's in the middle of talking and he gets up out of the table and she's looking at him and she looks so pissed and she's looking at him and the mom's looking like, and I don't know. Did you see their wine? I don't know, wine encasement, child. It's by remote. She's like, I don't know how to work it. I don't know how to work it. Stuff like that. She does stuff like that. Just whiny, naggy, whiny, needy type ditz. And I know that Lisa is not dumb. And I'm like, why are you playing that role for this nigga? And he doesn't deserve it. No man deserves you acting like a dingy, needy ditz. No, never. Don't you ever put on a role like that for a nigga. Ever, ever, never. Always play smart. Always play smart. Don't play down. Don't play dumb. Don't dim shit for nobody. Because it's not worth it. You over in that $80 million mansion and this man is cheating on you and about to put you out. Huh? I guess she should have chose better, huh? She's about to be a single mom. She's about to be a divorced single mother. I guess she should have chose better, right? That shit is crazy. He's texting. She's just looking at him like, you're not, we need you here. What are you doing? He's like, right? So Gertie and Alexa, they sit down, they hash out their differences or whatever about, Gertie feeling like, Alexa is just using her as a friend of convenience. You have a friend who is a party planner and, spotlighted in Vogue. She was like, I thought you didn't want to, do my party because you were in Vogue. She was like, no. And then she told her, she was like, I just felt the way that you compared my brother's, charity event to, a Versace party. It wasn't comparable. And then, like I said, Alexa explained it wasn't the comparison of the events more so than the aesthetics and the decorations and stuff like that. And so she was like, yeah, I won't be able to come. I am booked or whatever. But I'll try to make it, and she was like, okay, well, the boat leaves at blah, blah, blah. They were going to be on the water for like 5 hours on this yacht. And the yacht was chef's kiss. I mean, and then when you pause and fast forward over to Potomac, then bitches are on a paddle boat with 7-Eleven sandwiches, AM PM sandwiches and shit. Absolutely not. So they get past their things and we see that Gertie did show up to Alexa's party. Nicole, and she sits down with her mom, and I don't know who the other person was. I can't remember if it was her aunt or something like that. Her mom, Nicole's mom. I think they're Cubans, and but they were talking about, Nicole's relationship with her father. Her father is, a playboy. He gives you sweaty polyester suits with the elbow pads. You know what I'm saying? Just a little, like, just like when she was like, "You're intoxicated." He's like, "I'm not intoxicated." She was like, "You can't even say it." But she has this tumultuous relationship with her father. And her mother and her father have known each other forever, and they're still best friends. Even though he has put her through whatever, something I will never understand it, but to each their own. And so the mother and the father are still very close. She says she speaks to him every day. Every day, he's her best friend. He tells me about the women he's with and all this other stuff. The only reason why he's doing that, the only reason why he's keeping that tight hold on Nicole's mother is so when he gets sick and he's done with the streets, the mother can take care of him, and she will. I mark my words. Mark my words. She says, but that's just the way he is. I think in a lot of cultures, when a parent or elder is unruly and a low-key terrorist, that everybody comes with, that's just the way they are. And and it's true, that's fine, and that's fine. Nicole is at a place where she's like, that's just the way he is. It's not right, right? But he doesn't have to change. That's the thing. And that's the thing about it. It's like you're gonna have to, if you're gonna decide to be in a relationship with your father, then you have to understand that he's not gonna change. And because he's not gonna change, that means that what are you gonna do? Either you're gonna accept it or not. And if you don't accept it, that's fine. That's fine too. You don't have to accept mistreatment from a parent or anybody. You just don't. You just don't have to accept it. I don't care who they are in your life, your mother, your father, your grandparents. If they're not respectful, if they don't respect you, and they feel like they can disrespect you because they're older than you, that's not a healthy relationship. And so you can be who you are. Like her dad, he doesn't have to change. The dad doesn't have to change. Nicole can just say, I don't want to be around him, and they have to stop guilting her into being around somebody who is toxic. And luckily she has this fiance who is not like her dad. You know what I'm saying? And so she doesn't see that like, oh, I have to be with a person who is not nice to me or mistreats me or misuses me or mishandles me in a way, and just deal with it because that's just the way they are, right? And that's what her mom's trying to tell her. She says, you just have to accept people. And she says, you're too hard on people. You're a tough cookie. And she was like, maybe it's the Virgo in me. She was like, you're a tough cookie. And her mom starts crying. She's like, there have been plenty times when I've left your home crying because of something. I guess they've gotten to an argument or something like that. And she's like, really? She was like, oh my God, I'm not mean. And she was like, I'm not mean. And it's like, she's like, you're a lot like your father. She told her, she was like, you're a lot like your dad. You're a tough cookie. You're a lot like your dad. You shouldn't be so hard on him, and this and that. But I think there's some healing that Nicole has to do before that happens. But it's hard because you can do the healing, and then you go back to being in a relationship with someone who has not had any healing, who will not do any work, and it's like it's going to be imbalanced, and it's like, what's the point? So that's Nicole's storyline. So we're going to see how that goes. But her mom told her she was mean and that she leaves her house crying. She was like, I'm not mean. I'm not mean. She kept saying it like that. Gertie had a photo shoot. Gertie was looking nice. Larsa came to help her with her photo shoot. She looked nice. She looked Gertie's interview look with the ropes, the rope. It's like blue and green and black ropes. I said, yes, Gertie. Oh, bitch, I love Gertie. I love Gertie. So they had a photo shoot. Larsa's helping her with her photo shoot. She's doing she's doing a pretty photo shoot or whatever. And then that's when Gertie starts telling her, we as friends, we got to get together. We got to lift each other up. Larsa was like, no, if you fuck with me, I'm not going to bark. I'm going to bite. And that's the way it is. Just leave me alone. I stay in my lane. I do my thing. I mind my business. I don't bother anybody. Y'all need to stay in your lane. Say something about me. I'm going to say something about you. And if you're going to get mad at it, just remember you said something about me first. And all I'm doing is reacting. And that's what it is. All right. Alexa's wedding celebration. They had their wedding celebration. Larsa and Lisa go off to the side and have their conversation. And she was like, you do have a mortgage. She was like, no, I don't. You don't know what you're talking about. She was like, wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. She was like, you don't know. She was like, yes, you want me to show you? She was like, Larsa, you don't know what you're talking about. She was like, I saw it. It's on the internet. She was like, no. She was like, is everything on the internet true? So that you stole somebody's husband, is that true? Then they went to commercial. I said, bitch, that's how you get, bitch, we are arguing on this yacht, honey, on this water. I love every minute of it. They look nice arguing with each other. Lisa couldn't let it go. Is there a plank? Is there a plank? Is there a plank? She asking the servers, is there a plank? Is there a plank? And then she sits across from Larsa and tells her, you need to walk the plank. She was like, girl, I love you. Why are you coming at me like that? She was like, no, because you're trying to say I can't afford my lifestyle. She's like, girl, it's online. I'm not saying nothing about it. I'm just saying, you said something about me. I'm just telling you what's out there about you, girl. And she was like, no. She was like, no, we're supposed to. She was like, why? And then it was funny because when Larsa and at Larsa's party, when Larsa and Adriana were on the 360, Lisa stood up and she got jealous. Like that's her girl. But they'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. And I'm sure Larsa will be there for Lisa during this time as she finds out that because he filed for divorce. Yeah. And wants her to get out the house. I guess she should have chose better, huh? And then she's getting mad. She's getting mad again. She's leaving off the boat or leaving into the elevator. She went to the elevator. I don't know. Maybe it's the elevator on the yacht. And she goes, sorry, your life didn't work out the way it was planned. This is what she's telling Larsa. And I'm like, girl, famous last words. Sorry, your life didn't work out as you planned it and mine did. Sorry, your life didn't work out as you planned it and mine did. I was like, girl, you look crazy as hell saying that, knowing what we all know and what you trying to deny, girl. You look a mess saying that. Gertie was trying to get her together. She was just like, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. She was like, no. Crazy. Julia's trying to get back into modeling. Her daughters have left. One of her daughters is in Paris finishing high school with their dad. And then her other daughter is off at college. And she's, an empty nester. Martina's not there a lot. So she tells Martina that she's bored. So she's just going to try and get back into modeling. She meets with these agents. Kiki. Kiki hooked her up. Shout out to Kiki. Hooked her up with her agents. And they were like, yeah, showed her portfolio and stuff like that. They're going to have a digital portfolio for her. She was like, ooh, yeah, a lot of times have changed, honey. Yeah, so she was a model and this. She was beautiful when she was younger. The pictures of her with her daughters, I was like, her daughters are beautiful. She's beautiful. So we see Julia get back into modeling. So she's going to do that. Okay, so Marisol and Alexa are sitting down having a conversation at Frankie and Alexa's beauty bar. And Alexa is not happy because Peter, her son, remember her son, he got arrested for domestic violence assault, right? And so they tell the story that the girl was drunk and she was trying to get in the car. He told her she couldn't leave, and then they got into a fight, and that's where he got arrested. And now he's still dating her. He's still dating her. And Alexa's not happy about that. She's like, I'm never going anywhere. I'm his mother. She's like, Cuban mothers, no, I'm not going anywhere. I'm always going to be in his life. I just don't like that he's dating this girl that he got arrested for. She's like, they seem to love each other, whatever. She actually sits down with Peter. I think Peter is adorable. I do. I think he is so cute. But she was like, I love you, telling him, but I'm not going anywhere. And he was looking like, you are hard on the women that we bring around, or the women that I bring around. I don't know if Frankie's bringing anybody around. Frankie had a brain injury, and so he's recovering, but he seems to be doing good. He got jokes and stuff. He seems to be doing fine. He's just a little off or whatever, but it's fine. He's fine. At least your child, at least he's alive and he can function. But he's gonna be always with his mom. So she's telling Marisol about that. Marisol's like, "Ay, Dios mío," and all this other stuff. I love Marisol. Marisol be having her cockies. So yeah, they're together. Alexa tells Nicole to give her dad a chance. They're out down at the beach, and she's just explaining to her, you only get one father, and this and that. And that's the thing. I'm like, y'all don't understand. The same way you tell people they only get one mother or they only get one father, do you realize the father and the mother only get one of that child? It's the same thing. So it's like, why do I need to acquiesce to being mistreated? It's because this is my dad, or because this is my father. But so she's telling her she's another one, right? She's telling her, that's your father, and we're different. It doesn't matter. There's no disrespect. You're there for your father, and da da da. And no doubt, I don't think Nicole would not be there for her father if he needed her in that way. But she doesn't have to be around him. I just don't like people like encouraging like adult children to be in relationships with their toxic parent. Um, Alexa tells Adriana to watch out because the man that she's dating might be married. She was like, not that I know of. She was like, well, girl, find out, because that's the word on the street, is that he's married. I love that, right? Let the girls know. We're not hiding anything or anything like that. Let them know. Then they start talking about Lisa, right? Lisa's really mad about the mortgage comment. I mean, she was pressed. When I tell you that lady was pressed, she was like, she's really mad about the mortgage comment. She was like, well, I'm just trying to figure out, everybody's just trying to figure out, does she know what's going on? One of them was talking about, I didn't know what was going on. A lot of women don't know what's going on. They let the man do everything, and they're just living this life, and getting an allowance and this and that. And when he's done, he throws you out of the house. Baby, when I tell you, when Lenny was laying in that bed and was telling her, I'll have the cops come and take you out, I was like, girl, absolutely not. I guess she should have chose better, huh? Yeah. Alexa's son tells her she's difficult. They've all come to the conclusion that Lisa's in the dark, basically. Alexa's son, is telling her that she is difficult with the women that he brings around. And she's like, well, I'm always be your mom. I'm gonna want the best for you. And that's just what it is. Again, Lisa and Lenny are having another romantic dinner. They're having it like in their backyard. They have a chef and everything like that. I don't know, was that ceviche? And then it was like with the little goldfish underneath. It was sitting on top of a glass, sitting in glass. It was really nice. Her chef did a really nice thing. While they were having dinner, they were talking about, what Larsa was saying. And then Lenny explains that he has an open line of credit. And that's probably what she's talking about. But he was like, we don't have no mortgages. And I believe him. I believe him. I believe him. I believe him. I do believe him when he said that he had the open line of credit. And that's probably what she's talking about. But he has that, in case they need some cash. I was like, in case you need some cash, open a line of credit. Good. That's a good idea. But he's texting. He's texting. She's talking about their relationship and how they're in a good place and all this other stuff. It was a mess. And he's texting again. She was like, put your phone down. You knew, like, you have to know, like, what is keeping him so preoccupied, right? And that was it, And then Martina and Julia sit down, Martina Navratilova, and she says she's missing their daughters, and she tells Martina that she's bored and she doesn't want to make meals at the house because this is a family home. And when she's like, don't have me cook, and she has all them eggs. She has a farm, a nice farm, so nice, but it's a lot of work. She says she spends a lot of money on food and stuff for the animals. But she just is very emotional about being an empty nester. And she tells Martina that, she just doesn't want to have meals there like that and cook there because, it makes her miss her daughters. And they show like pictures and everything like that. And she just is crying and stuff like that, crying in her interviews, crying in Martina. And Martina's like, that's just life. They probably are not coming back. She was like, she even told the daughter, she's going to finish high school, and she was like, are you going to come back? And she was like, Mom, I don't know. Like that. She was like, but you have to come back and this and that. And she was like, girl, they're not coming back. After college, you can hang it up. I mean, they may, you know, you never know, but the house is there if they want to come back. Larsa has her dog party. It was so cute. All the dogs were there. Everybody's dogs. Dogs is pissing on the Birkin bags. It was cute. It was a cute little party. And then Julia brings her goat. I think the goat headbutts one of the dogs. This shit was funny. Oh, that's what Adriana said. Adriana did not say she wanted the OnlyFans. I lied on her earlier. She said she wanted a BBL. Bitch. And so she acts like she wants to ask Larsa. Larsa was like, girl, whatever. First of all, you need to be asking Lenny. Do Lenny do BBLs? What did he do? I know he did her breasts. I don't know what else he does. But that's what she wants. So she goes and Larsa's like, okay, like, bitch, what you telling me for? I don't give a fuck if you got a BBL or not. Then Alexa. What happened? Alexa. Why did I wrote Alexa? Lisa. Oh, when Lisa and Lenny were having their conversation or whatever, Lenny ended up coming to the party, but that didn't look like Lenny. I was like, oh, Lenny looked different. He really is getting himself together for this other woman, honey. They came to the beach. Everybody was there at the little party or whatever with the dogs and stuff. But the nanny fell. This is what stood out to me. He did not want her to call the ambulance. He was like, call an Uber. We'll take her. She broke her wrist. She fell and she thought she broke her wrist. And Lisa was trying to call 911. And so she was like, okay, go, you know, check after her. Cause the other lady, she said she fell. They were having dinner. And they were like, she fell. And then Lisa goes to the chef. Should I call 911? He was like, I would. He just kept doing this thing. He just kept doing this where he was like, I would. And so he was like, no, Lisa, do you understand what I'm saying? Do not call 911. You're not going to use an ambulance for a simple broken wrist. No. And so she was like, what? I thought that was so weird, the way he was just like very firm about it. But he was like, it is a misuse of resources. It's not that big of an emergency. Someone can take her to the emergency room and they can look at her wrist. There's no need to call an ambulance, right? Call an Uber and we'll get her there. And I don't know, it felt weird the way he was saying. I was like, what is Lenny up to? I don't know. I was like, maybe he doesn't want them to come. I don't know. It was weird. But anyways, and then that was it. So that was all 4 episodes. Hopefully I captured all the major key points of the storyline. Marisol really don't have a storyline. She just there, honey. I love her sipping. Baby, she got her straw in a flask. Okay. Shout out to Marisol. Anyways, take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let me know what you think of all of the episodes. I just talked about them all. Okay. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Peace.